a new stimulus package, some breaking news, and what was just mentioned today by a very influential person. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in this video, so let's get right into it. All right, so really quickly before we get into that announcement, let's quickly talk about a few headlines that just hit the wire today. First off, a new survey that was just conducted is showing that 90% of Americans are concerned about food prices right now, which is rightfully so, simply because food prices continue to rise very rapidly, and according to what the analysts and experts are saying, going forward through the rest of 2022 and into 2023, we're likely going to continue to see food prices rise even more from where they currently are right here, right now. So my point is, that's a lot of people. 90% of people with this survey are concerned about prices. That's a lot of people, and rightfully so, as I mentioned. Next, another report that came out today shows that 41% of workers, now not everybody, but rather these are just workers, are living paycheck to paycheck. What's interesting about this is actually a few percentage points higher than what we were seeing back in 2019. So in 2019, prior to COVID, 38% of workers were reported to be living paycheck to paycheck, and right now it is 41%. So it's 3% higher today than what it was just a couple years ago in 2019. So what does that tell us? Well, it tells us that times are much more difficult right now. People are having a hard time getting by, and as I've mentioned previously in other videos, a lot of people are living paycheck to paycheck. Now remember, this report right here is just workers, as in those people that are going out, working the 9 to 5, the grind, and 41% of these people are living paycheck to paycheck. However, if we take into consideration everybody, including fixed income beneficiaries and everybody out there, it's more like 67% of people are living check to check, right? Wow, that's like really, really sad that we are going through that right here in this country right now, when we are apparently the most affluent country in the world, right? In other words, the richest country in the world, and more than half the people are basically just living paycheck to paycheck. I don't know. Seems weird to me. Next, I quickly want to talk about this as well, because I know this impacts some of you here in the community, but there's also a secondary point that I want to make about this in accordance with this new report that was released today as well. Over 40 different organizations are calling on Congress and the administration to reinstate the advanced child tax credit payments like we saw through the second half of last year, 2021. In fact, just yesterday alone, we got a new proposal out of one of the Republican senators to reinstate a $350 check going forward for those families who have dependents under the age 18, and of course their income is below the limits. Now again, I can make a dedicated video about that. I'm not going to go off and tell you about all the details in this video, but my point is, the child tax credit payments that came out last year prevented about 3.7 million kids from falling into poverty. So these 40 groups right now calling on them to reinstate it are basically saying, hey, you got to do this because it's going to prevent all these millions of people from falling into poverty. And what I want to say to that, my rebuttal is, hey, maybe we should reinstate the stimulus checks, because guess what? That prevented 11 million people from falling into poverty. Well, with everything going on right now, I'm guessing that there's a few people falling into poverty these days, right? With all this rapidly rising inflation, prices on everything going up, I'm thinking that people are falling into poverty at a faster pace today than what they were, I don't know, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, when we got the first stimulus checks, the second and the third stimulus check. So again, that's my rebuttal back to that is, okay, fine. If you're going to reinstate the child tax credit payments, then what are we going to do to reinstate some other payments for maybe people like fixed income beneficiaries, seniors, older adults, people with disabilities, SSDI, retirement, survivors, VA beneficiaries? How about all these people? Do they get some kind of reinstatement? You kind of agree with me here, or am I just off on a run here all by myself? I don't know. I think we probably have some support behind this. But anyway, so that's kind of what I wanted to say about that, simply because, yeah, if you're going to reinstate some monthly payments, they should maybe be a little bit more widespread, especially right now when so many people are really, really having a difficult time. So I want to get into this announcement now and let you know what was mentioned today. But really fast before we do, if you're new here or if you haven't done so, please make sure to subscribe by hitting that button right down below the video. I'm literally watching everything all day, every single day. I'm up early and I'm staying up late, watching The Wire very closely. So as this information is hitting, I'm right here for you, breaking it all down into these short videos so that you can stay posted with what is really going on right now as things are changing very, very rapidly, especially as it pertains to money, benefits, programs, new bills, legislation, raises to benefits, checks, stimulus, anything else out there that we can take advantage of course, I want to make sure that you know about it immediately, and I deliver it to you right here in these videos. So we're kind of coming down to the wire here with everything going on, and I want to talk about that here because that was also mentioned in this statement. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and I'll continue to be here for you right by your side as your one and only daily advocate. All right, thanks again. Let's jump into this and talk about the announcement. So this comes out of Nancy Pelosi. Yeah, I know. I can hear the crickets out there. There's a lot of mixed feelings in the community here about Nancy Pelosi. The reason I know that is because I've seen the comments down below. I'm not going to instill my opinions here, but my point is Nancy Pelosi was out today talking about the reconciliation bill. Guess what? She says it is still alive and well, and it is now a Senate matter. So here's what she's saying. The reconciliation bill, the $2.2 trillion reconciliation bill that the House passed late last year in November or something of last year, they passed it and then they sent it over to the Senate, and then it was basically denied in the Senate. Nancy Pelosi confirmed today it is still very much alive and well, and they are working on it behind closed doors. Wait, what? Are we hearing this correctly? Yeah, this is what was mentioned by Nancy Pelosi today. So basically she's saying this much. She's confident that they're still going to get something done at some point later on this year. Well, they better get working on it because time is a ticking away and they are notorious for working incredibly slow, right? So Nancy Pelosi is very confident that they're going to get something done, and it may be a slimmed down version of that bill, but this is the $2.2 trillion bill that they passed, last year, November, I think it was, of last year, 2021. They sent it over to the Senate. So even if they slim it down, let's just say they cut it in half, that's still $1.1 trillion. Let's remember, how much do we need for a stimulus check? $100 billion. That's it. So out of the 1.1 potential trillion, again, I have no clue what it might be. She just said slim down. You know what I mean? So it's 2.2 trillion. Even if they cut it in half, 50%, it'd still be $1.1 trillion. So even if they did this, we could shave off the extra 0.1, that'd be the $100 billion that we need for a $2,000 check for about 50 million people. My point is, if this package, this reconciliation bill is still very much alive, according to Nancy Pelosi, and they're still very hopeful that they will come together and get this thing done before the end of the year, that might be pretty good, because there was also talk out there that some lawmakers are coming out telling President Biden, hey, dude, you got to do something here. We need a big win, and we got to get a big win here fast. The midterms are coming up here quickly. Start talking about something. Do something. Promise the people something, and we'll go to work to get it done. So it's kind of interesting how the lawmakers don't exactly have a plan, but rather they're going to Biden and saying, hey, promise something really big. Go out to the people, promise them something really big, and then we will get to work on it and try to get it done for you. So I don't know if that's the best strategy in the world. I personally wouldn't operate that way unless I could guarantee something to the people, or at least feel like I had a really, really, really good chance of getting something done. I guess I wouldn't be out there guaranteeing and making all these kinds of promises. I guess that's not how I operate, but that's what some of the lawmakers are now encouraging the president to do, is get out there, make some big promises, because we got to maintain power when it comes in to the midterm elections here in just a matter of months, right? We've been talking about this for a while now. So I mean, the midterm elections are only a few months away. It's going fast already, right? This year is zipping right on by. And the fact of the matter is, we've been talking about this since, February, March of this year already, saying, the midterm elections are coming quick. Well, that was how many months ago already? And they've still wasted time. So my point is, it's coming fast here. They know that as much as we do, and they recognize that we got to get something done here. In fact, President Biden, Nancy Pelosi, and Chuck Schumer, these three met yesterday to try to figure out and strategize on how to get ahead of this inflation. I'm not sure if these three have the ability and the capacity to do that. But either way, they probably, had some ideas and kind of figured it out. But anyway, I didn't really get a whole readout as far as what those three talked about yesterday, but the whole plan going into the meeting was to try to figure out a plan to kind of get ahead of this inflation. I'd be willing to bet that they talked about the reconciliation bill. I'm pretty sure they talked about that because this is a big priority agenda item on on all three of their kind of agendas, their laps. All of them want to get this done here very quickly. So they all want it. So I guarantee you they talked about this as well. Probably why Nancy Pelosi talked about it today. Those three met yesterday, and Nancy Pelosi was out today talking about the reconciliation bill. So I'm guessing it was in their conversation yesterday, which is why she was out talking about it today. Anyway, gives us a little bit of hope right now, right? So, anyway, the reconciliation bill, if you're not familiar with what that is, let me tell you really, really fast here. Remember back to March of 2021, there was a $1.9 trillion package that was passed shortly after Biden took office. What did it contain? Well, it contained a whole bunch of stuff, but it actually did contain about $372 billion or so of what they called stimulus checks, or economic impact payments is the official name for them, but it was a $1,400 check for about 282 million people in this country, about 85% of our population. So that was all contained in the reconciliation bill, along with a whole bunch of other things that were encompassed in that. My point is, the reconciliation bill could be the gravy package where they have another check. Just saying, they can put those in there. They can put monthly checks in there. They can put a one-time check in there. They can put a quarterly check in there. They can put all kinds of stuff in that package. They cannot raise Social Security benefits, but they can add stimulus checks. Monthly, one-time, lump sum, quarterly, daily. That'd be pretty cool, right? Daily check. Could you imagine? Could you imagine a daily stimulus check? Now we're just getting off the handle here. No, that's not going to happen, okay? I'm just saying, just letting you know that all the options are on the table for stimulus checks that could be added into a reconciliation bill. But anyway, so maybe there's a little hope in the air. Anyway, we do know that they've been working on something here. We've known for a very long time that they want to get something done. And maybe Nancy Pelosi just showed a little bit of the cards here, right? We're playing a little card game here, and Nancy Pelosi accidentally just flashed her hand. Whoops. Well, now we know what you have, Nancy. So anyway, hopefully that's all she... never mind, I'm not going to say that. All right, anyway, let's wrap it up right there. Good thing nobody watches until the end. This is embarrassing. Anyway, hope you're having a nice day so far. Thanks so much for watching this. Please make sure to subscribe down below. It's totally free to do so. I'm here for you in any way that I possibly can be. I'm watching everything very closely right now. Also, go back and check out some of those videos from the other couple days here. The video titled something like Going Out, what is it called? Going Out Right Now for the Low Income. If you haven't seen that video, go back and check that one out. So maybe for like 2 days ago, some pretty cool stuff in there. And all I can tell you, there's some really cool stuff going out right now. So go back and check that video out. Leave a comment down below. And yeah, go back and check out some of the other thousands of great videos here on the channel as well. So thanks so much for watching. Subscribe, share, and go back and check out those other videos. Until next time, have a nice day. Stay safe out there. Enjoy, and I'll catch you again.